Welcome again, viewers, and thank you for subscribing, following Ugo Lifestyle teachings. We've taught you about eliminating negatives. We are entering another series, which is the positives. What are the things you're going to do that will help you to maintain healthy lifestyle? What are things you're going to do that will help you to make sure you combat the toxins and free radicals? Mentioned something about the fighters of these toxins, and now we're going to look at things that you can take into your system that will help boost this fight against the toxins, against the free radicals, what we call metabolites. So how do we get these metabolites into your system, the anti-metabolites, things that can eliminate these metabolites? That's the series we are going to go into now. First, you have to eat right. Eat real food. Avoid processed food. What are the real food we are talking about? Fresh organic fruits, fresh organic vegetables, whole grain, water, filtered water. Filtered water. Avoid taking tap water. Like I explained earlier on, it's chlorinated, and chlorine is not good for you. The tap water was not, it's not filtered, and it has some impurities like heavy metals, which can poison the system. The organic foods, we talk about nuts. We're talking about groundnut, cashew nut, and all the nuts. Then herbal teas, we are talking about green teas, talking about, chamomile, talking about milk thistle, talking about strawberry teas. These are herbal teas. Eggs, organically farmed. Then chicken, free-range chicken, native chicken, organically raised. These, are better than the ones that, are farmed, where you give them, feeds, where you have antibiotics, you give them, steroids to, induce rapid growth. So these things you give to this chicken, they are also consumed by the human beings. They are stored in their flesh, and that is taking in toxin. So you avoid, if you can avoid, farmed chicken and take free-range native chicken. But the native chicken is not, it doesn't have much flesh, but it's healthier. Now, brown or unpolished rice. Brown rice is better than unpolished rice. Glycemic index is low. It has the nutrients, while polished rice, we have removed the outer coat that has all the vitamins, and it just bare, carbohydrates. Secondly, the glycemic index of polished rice is higher than that of unpolished rice. Unpolished rice also include ofada rice. It includes native rice, the abakaliki rice, all this, native rice that's not polished. They are good for your health. Think about fish, mackerel, salmon, they are all there for you to consume. But let it be organically grown. Now, when we talk about eating right also, the black tea, the coffee, they are not preferable because they contain a lot of caffeine. Yeah, caffeine is good, but when you take much of caffeine, it starts affecting your body and you get addicted to it. It's not really very good for your health. Now, dairy products you can limit, avoid, milk, cheese, yogurt, ice cream, warm cream, etc., etc. Sugar is a no-no. People believe that they can take honey. Of course, honey contains some vitamins more than ordinary raw sugar, but you must limit even the consumption of the honey and other products. For those who have sweet teeth, I recommend Trevia. Trevia is a plant derivative that can sweeten your food, but has 0 calorie. In eating right, we are looking at the refined wheat and products. You see, when we talk about wheat, we're talking about the flour. The flour has been processed. The process is in removing the outer covering. The outer covering has all the vitamins that can come with those grains. It's removed, then even the inner part of it is also removed. So the middle part is what is now the flour, and is then bleached to give it this white color. That's the origin of the white flour you use for your bread and confectionaries. So it is just blank food. It has no nutrient except the carbohydrate. Polished rice also goes through the same process. You want a polished rice, and this, after the processing, the glycemic index will now get up to 70 to 90%. What do you call glycemic index? The rate at which the sugar is released. Digestion and absorption, this polished refined food release the sugar so fast that they can now stimulate the body to produce a lot of insulin, which will now convert the carbohydrate into fat. So you can see a person that said, I don't eat, and you see he takes this refined food a lot, and you see he's eating cake, he's eating meat pie, eating bread, so you find out that the person will now begin to deposit fat and grow fat and say, oh, I don't eat, and then minerals, as sugar, a lot of sugar going into your system. Now you should avoid also much salt. The advice we normally give is that don't put extra salt in a served meal. Alcohol, if you can, please avoid alcohol. Artificial food additives. Now these artificial food additives, they contain hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are what you use in making plastics, petrol, diesel. So they are all extracts. Go and check the composition of these additives. All these things you say, oh, I want to do coloring, for my fried rice, my this, my that. All those are, food additives, artificial food additives, and they are not healthy for you. Fried foods. You say, why are you talking about fried food? Fried food, when you begin to fry, a lot of things happen. Naturally, you have the cis, what you call cis isomer. We talk about isomer, the hand, the right hand is the isomer of the left hand. So in the hydrocarbon configuration, it matters how these atoms are placed, and they're called isomers. Now in nature, all the enzymes, they recognize the cis isomers of fatty acids. Now when you heat oil to its flash point, it converts all the fat, all the oil from cis to trans. So when you take them in, they just clog their enzymes and destroy them. So it's what you call self-poisoning. So the frying of food is not healthy because the oil you are taking in has become poisonous. Now artificial sweeteners, apart from stevia that is extracted from leaves, all of that are not healthy. They generate, free radicals. Hydrogenated fats, margarine and butter have gone, into processing. A lot of processing that, what margarine is when you begin to forcefully hydrogenate the oil, it hardens. And they add a lot of things in it, and it's sweet, but it's not healthy. Okay, carbonated drinks, carbonated beverages, your Coke, Fanta, malt, etc. What we call soft drink. Now, the amount of sugar in those beverages Please, I am not promoting or demarketing any brand, but it's to teach you that all of them put together, let's say low sugar or high sugar, they contain sugar. So you should avoid sugar. We'll talk about sugar later on and why sugar is really poisonous. Now, processed or canned food and fruits. Now, most of the fruits canned, they undergone a lot of processing. They did not show all the enzymes and the vitamins in them, and most of them are stored in brine. Brine is, liquid or salt. What do you call it again? Liquid salt in solution. They call it brine, and they use it to preserve canned food a lot. So when you take this canned food, you are taking in a lot of salt unknowingly. Corn or any grain, if you're allergic to them, if there's allergy of maize and corn, you take them and you scratch or itch, please avoid them. For those who must take sweeteners, please only stevia I'm recommending. Other ones have one problem or the other. The stevia that's coming from leaves, herbs, extracted, and you can sweeten whatever you want to take, coffee, tea, or whatever you like taking, but just avoid sugar and then take stevia. Avoid other types of sweeteners. That's my advice. So making you to eat right. Well, viewers, we have come to the end of that episode of what to eat and what not to eat. I know that this has helped you a lot as you practice. As you put into practice, you are going to adjust your lifestyle in terms of what you choose to eat. We are going to enter into another discussion, teaching, which is food preparation. How do you prepare your food? How do you cook your food? What are the things you use to cook your food? These are important because if you do it right, you will live healthier. Thank you for watching. I'm still your regular host, Dr. Godwin of Ugo Lifestyle. Please, you can also subscribe. Why do you have to subscribe? Because when we now bring another episode, you will be notified. Follow us so that you don't miss any of the episodes. Thank you and God bless.